Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today B.R.K.H.U just filed an 8K and I am seeing one key change for investors. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is getting ready to let investors trade the pieces of their units separately, and this is a big deal for how its stock will move going forward. So Burtech Acquisition Corp II, known by its ticker B.R.K.H.U, is making a move that usually happens after a special purpose acquisition company, or SPAC, has been around for a little while. They are allowing the separate trading of the components that make up their units. Think of a unit like a bundled package. In Burtech's case, each unit comes with one share of their ordinary stock and one warrant. A warrant is basically a coupon that lets you buy a share of stock at a set price in the future. Right now, these units trade together under the symbol B.R.K.H.U on the Nasdaq, but starting around the 14th of July, investors will be able to buy and sell the shares and the warrants separately. The ordinary shares will then trade under the ticker BRK and the warrants will go under B.R.K.H.U. This is a pretty standard step for SPACs. It allows investors who might only be interested in the stock or only in the warrants to trade accordingly. Now, why does this matter? When units trade separately, it can lead to increased volatility for both the individual components. Investors who are holding the units and perhaps weren't thrilled with the price of the warrants might now sell the warrants, and conversely, those who see value in the warrants might buy them up, potentially impacting the share price of both. This usually happens as the SPAC gets closer to finding a company to merge with, or after a certain period has passed since its initial offering. It gives the market more flexibility. From a trading perspective, this is all happening on the Nasdaq. This announcement was made on the 10th of July, and the separate trading is expected to begin around the 14th of July, just a few days from now. This is a pretty quick turnaround for the market to digest. It is worth noting that Burtech is an emerging growth company, and this move is often seen as a way to provide more trading options for investors. This filing is pretty straightforward. It is an 8K, which means it is reporting a significant event that shareholders should know about. In this case, the significant event is the upcoming ability for investors to trade the components of the company's units separately. The key details are the new ticker symbols, B.R.K.H.U for the ordinary shares and B.R.K.W for the warrants. The warrant exercise price is $11.5. That is important because if the underlying stock price goes well above $11.5, the warrants become more valuable. If you are holding the original units B.R.K.H.U and you want to trade the shares or warrants separately, you'll need to work with your broker to contact Continental Stock Transfer and Trust Company, which is the company's transfer agent. They handle the process of separating those units. This kind of event is not uncommon for SPACs. It is a procedural step that allows for more granular trading of the company's securities. The big takeaway here really is about market structure and potential trading dynamics. It can lead to more price discovery for the individual components of the SPAC. Now, looking at the broader context, Burtech Acquisition Corp II is in the financial services and shell company sector. Right now, its stock price is around $10.01, with a 52-week range of $9.97 to $10.3. This suggests that the price has been quite stable, which is typical for many SPAC units before de-SPAC transactions or significant events. The recent news headlines also confirm this development, with sources like Stock Titan and TradingView highlighting the upcoming separate trading of shares and warrants in the new Nasdaq tickers. This signifies market anticipation. For investors, this means you'll need to be aware of which ticker you are actually trading. If you intended to buy shares but accidentally bought warrants or vice versa, the price action and risk profile can be very different. The warrant price at $11.5 for exercise is a critical point. If the stock price stays below this for a long period, the warrants could expire worthless. Conversely, if the company successfully merges and the stock price rises significantly above $11.5, those warrants could become very profitable. This filing itself does not contain deep financial tables or performance metrics like a 10Q or 10K. It is purely an informational filing about a change in how the securities will be traded. Therefore, we cannot dive into revenue figures or profitability here. The focus is entirely on this upcoming trading event. However, it is important to remember the nature of SPACs. Many SPACs are essentially blank check companies looking for an acquisition. Their value is tied to the potential of the future business they might acquire. And the initial investment thesis often hinges on the management team's ability to find and execute a good deal. The key risk here is that if Burtech Acquisition Corp II does not find a suitable merger target, or if the merger is not appealing to the market, the value of both the shares and the warrants could decline significantly. Historically, many SPACs that fail to de-SPAC or that merge with less than stellar companies see their share prices fall dramatically, often below the initial offering price. For instance, when other SPACs have undergone similar transitions or de-SPAC events, investors have often seen substantial price swings. While this specific filing doesn't detail financial performance, the ability to trade shares and warrants separately can sometimes amplify these swings. What I'm actually looking for is what kind of company Burtech Acquisition Corp II will eventually merge with. That will be the true test of the value of these warrants and shares. The split trading itself is just a mechanism. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If this was helpful, please like, subscribe, and join our Discord community found in the description below.